All right, today we're gonna give you the unedited tour of our next vacation rental. So we just got to Biloxi, well, Gulfport, Mississippi. And so we rented a condo here as well, but I thought I'd just show you the unedited. We didn't really pick up, my mom's gonna run now, not to me. What we've been doing on vacation. So the super cool part about being here, I also got caught in the rain, so now my hair is like totally messed up. Part of the reason we came up to Mississippi was so that my parents could meet up with us. Tom is just finishing up making breakfast, and over here has been game and puzzle central. We still have the puzzle, the 1,000-piece puzzle that we finished just this morning. So. But now a game of Rummy Cube is going on over it, so. And Maggie looks like she's going back and forth between Rummy Cube and the TV. So, oh, and here's Corbin over here too. I didn't even know you were there, buddy. But the cool part of this rental too is that we have a really cool ocean view. So we're right here on the Gulf in Mississippi, which has been really cool. It's not so pretty out today, but we've had some really cool sunrises here. Hello. Well, so last time we checked in with you, we were in South Padre Island, Texas, which was great. We had a really good few days down there. It never got like hot, but like if the sun came out at all, we were like at the beach. We're like, get down there now. So we had a nice time down there. And then now we came up to actually Gulfport, Mississippi, which is close to Biloxi, and met my parents here. So we rented this condo here, and it's gigantic. It's huge.
It's 300 and some square feet bigger than our house.
So,
like our entire house bigger.
Yeah, so it's 1,800 square feet. So it's good size. The reason we picked this, because it is probably bigger than what we needed, was I wanted it to be on the ocean because we knew it wouldn't be like super warm down here, but I'm like, if I can at least see the water, it's gonna feel like vacation. And then we also wanted to find an indoor pool. The kids didn't really get to do a ton of swimming in South Padre Island because it wasn't super warm out.
Yep. And we also wanted enough extra space so that your parents could feel comfortable staying here too, so that we weren't all cramped. So the kids were in one room, you and I were in one room, and then your parents were in another room. So it's a 3-bedroom condo, so it ended up working out really well.
Yeah, it was perfect because they had the master suite up front, which was really nice, and then we were in the back of the unit, and our bedrooms were across the hall from each other, so that worked out. Yeah, like you said, it was perfect.
And there's 3 bathrooms, which is weird for us because that's 3 toilets and 3 showers. Like, we have 1 shower at home, so it was weird having so much.
Yeah, so many bathrooms. Yeah. But what was kind of funny, so before we came here, I was looking at like the top things to do in Biloxi, and I'm like, okay, like I wasn't expecting, it's not gonna be like beach weather, right? Like we knew that, but I was like, oh, there's this really cool shrimp boat tour that you can go on, and there's a historic trolley that you can do in Biloxi, which when we did that in Savannah last year, Savannah, Georgia, that was actually really fun. And so I was like, this is gonna be great. It doesn't even matter if it's hot. And every single thing that I wanted to do is off season right now.
Until next week.
Until Sunday. And so, but I think one of the things I really like about vacation is it forces you to be flexible. Like we learned that a lot as kids growing up. And so I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to find other things to do. And it actually ended up being really good, I think, because we just spent more time here, hanging out, playing games, putting together the 1,000-piece puzzle. But I think we've both been craving just like a little bit of nature. So we're gonna take our time heading back home, and we've never spent much time in the Ozarks in Arkansas.
Northern Arkansas. So we are gonna spend it'll end up just being like a day and a half maybe, traveling through the Ozarks, and then we're gonna find a bunch of hiking stuff and stop and pull up to hike, and hopefully it's awesome.
Yeah, and so that's where we're gonna head out now, and we just got all packed up. So we're gonna head out, and then we'll see what we can find. All right, we made it through Mississippi, and we are in Arkansas, and what does Tom keep saying to me?
Look out the window.
It's so pretty.
Pick your face up and look outside.
It is. It's very, actually kind of reminds us of Minnesota a little bit.
Yeah, this reminds us of northern Minnesota, which we love.
Yeah.
Except it's always cold there.
Yeah.
So this is like so much better.
So we are gonna stay just outside of Little Rock tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna call it a night there. So.
Yep. And then tomorrow we are gonna go find some hiking trails in the Ozarks.
Yeah. So we stayed outside of Little Rock for the night, and then
Conway.
In Conway.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tom had actually installed an app on his phone that had all the like hiking trails and scenic drives.
All Trails is what it was called.
Okay.
Is called.
And so as we were getting ready to head out for that morning, knowing my parents were following behind us, we were like, hey, let's find a scenic drive. So I was looking at it, and there was one that was 15 miles.
We both thought, that sounds perfect, because then your parents can enjoy the scenery and the views too, and we can all do this together.
So we headed towards it, and we were on good roads, but it was starting to get more remote. Beautiful views though, so super cool. And so then we turned onto the road to actually start the scenic drive. Okay, so we just turned off on a scenic drive. We're about a mile in, and there's water running across the road. But
are we driving?
We can't really turn around.
Are we going? Are we going across this?
What do you think we should do?
I kind of think, well, my channel's called Rusty Judgment, so I don't know that we should do what I think we should do.
I don't think we have a choice right now, do we?
All right.
Yeah, and it's not really too deep.
Your mom and dad are behind us. I don't know what we're doing. What?
There better be some good scenery.
That was actually pretty deep. I just watched your dad go through it.
Yeah.
All right. We don't know where we are right now. We don't have cell phone service really right now. We'll see if we find anything.
Right, yeah. Oh, look at that way out there. Wow, it's crazy that we're driving here. Oh my goodness, again.
Oh, there's another one. Uh-oh. Is this one? Yeah, we can probably get through this one too,
This one's deeper.
What do you think?
Well, I think we're driving, so we're going through it.
Look at that.
I don't see any rainbow. Oh, there's more water. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's deep.
Oh man, look at this. We're gonna take the high side here. Man, I am glad we don't have a camper right now.
Yeah.
We would not be going this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we would be committed. There's no way to turn around. You'd have to keep going. You ain't gonna back down a 5 mile road like this.
Yeah. And so we went for quite a ways, and the road kind of kept getting worse.
This little squiggly thing actually worries me a little bit, judging by what we've seen so far on this.
Because it's felt really windy so far.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, we're pulling a something behind us. Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, no.
I don't know if we can get through here.
We can, but oh man.
This is gonna freak me out.
Yes, it is.
It is. Very much. Oh, God.
Okay, hold on. That is something sick.
Oh, whoa. Oh, I wish I could get a picture of that.
Should we take that road up it?
I think
That is like straight up. You can't ever tell on the video. That is like straight up. How do people drive up?
You're not looking off the side of this thing either, though. And again, we're pulling a vehicle behind us. that is straight up. All right, why don't we pull off here and hop out for...
Now it's a little wider, yeah, we can talk. And so at the beginning, we saw other people. We saw some people fishing as we were like going across the bridges and stuff. But as we kept going, no cars were coming towards us and we weren't really seeing any more vehicles. But we're following the app. We're on the scenic byway. So we just kept going.
And we thought, you know, there's probably not many people out here because, like, this is warm for us, but this is probably cold for them. So, like, people in Arkansas probably aren't going exploring this time of year.
Yep.
But that was our thought process.
Yeah.
Good, how are you?
Yep, you're good. This does not look so good. Oh man.
We don't want to
Oh man.
knock our wheels. I didn't realize we should have brought a Bronco or something with us. This is quite the... Oh, camping.
All right, so we're almost to the end of this scenic drive.
And if you can tell, we've gone about 15 miles in an hour. So we're cruising along here.
What's the concern though?
So that there's no outlet to what we're doing here.
We don't know if there's another road to get on to
Or
go
if this
through.
just ends and we got to turn around. We have no idea.
Because if we have to go back this
I'm
same
not
way,
super happy that we have to turn around and go back.
it's been good, but seeing it once has been plenty.
Yeah, once would be enough. I'd like to find a tar road sometime here soon.
But right now it's not looking very encouraging about what's going to be at the end here.
And I'm gonna say this one more time, one time on camera. Dawn chose this route.
And we have no cell service to actually see where we're at the end of this to what could be our next route out of here. So this is what you call, Tom, a good old-fashioned adventure.
Yeah. And it's because we're in a Yukon with car tires pulling a trailer.
Right.
That's why. If we were in a truck, we'd be fine. I'd be fine. If we were in a Bronco, fine.
Are we?
We're about to the end of this little thing here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we got a straight sign. Straight sign.
Oh, this does look like a junction,
Yeah,
but we don't know where.
We don't know where to go.
Crud.
Your parents have an atlas.
Oh, they do have an atlas. But do you think it actually has these roads on it?
I have no idea.
All right, we got to go confer with my parents and see what we're going to do. It is a junction. Tom is stress eating right now.
I am.
We conferred with my parents. There's a sign back there that says to Richland Road. So we're assuming that that's bringing us back to civilization.
Yep.
So we're going to head that way and...
But hold on. Tom is worried about that decision because if you just look at the roads, this way looks like a better road.
But for 100 feet.
Hold on. This way looks sketch.
So Tom's just trying to say that. So if this is the wrong choice, he's not at fault. All right, Tom, it's been noted.
And if it's the right choice, I'm totally fine with that.
You don't always have to be right, huh? All right, here we go.
All right, I'm committed now.
So we're at a literal fork in the road, no clue actually which way would bring us closer to civilization. We don't have, at this point, we would have had enough gas to turn around and go directly back the way we came. And then find a gas station. But we didn't want to go back that way because the road was just
very unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we really had hoped that if we would just keep going forward, that we would find a tar road and gas station and everything would be right with the world. So my dad said, let's go right. I thought right. Tom thought left. We went right.
Yep. We went right. I got outvoted.
Do you still wonder what would have happened if we had gone left?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to know what would have happened if we went left.
So we've been going about 20 more minutes and still aren't really any closer to anything, but
we're still alive.
And we have not passed a single car since we've turned on.
And we got a quarter tank of fuel yet, so
we're just gonna, the consensus is we're gonna keep going straight, and that at some point we have to hit some kind of road. So again, we have no cell phone service. We don't know if we're going closer to civilization or further into the Ozarks to really be stuck without gas and no phone service. And so at some points the road felt like it was getting better, and then other points it was like worse again, and there's down trees and stuff.
it was a real like end of world
Is that what you felt
feelings like Arkansas is cool, but are we ever gonna get out of here?
Right. So we had gone about another 5 miles slowly. Like we're going very slow. Oh yeah,
5 miles was
takes
like
a long time.
Another 40 minutes.
And literally we're following, we have just enough GPS to like follow the road we're on, but not to see where we're going.
Yeah, it wasn't it wouldn't update. It could see what we had seen before, and we were making predictions.
And so literally we're driving and the road goes straight into a river.
Not a little river.
Not a creek. What was your initial thought when we pulled up on that?
Oh, for the love of God.
It was really like, what do we do? Like, what is going on here? And this whole past like 5 or 10 miles, I was praying for some kind of sign or messenger. I'm like, Lord, just give us some, like a street sign, something, a person that we could ask. Again, we have at this point, the last 5 miles, we have seen nobody. So I'm like, will you please just give us some kind of sign? Do we keep going forward or do we need to turn back? And then what did you see across the river?
We saw a Jeep Wrangler approach the river, and we thought, oh, is this guy going to try and cross it? Like, if he crosses it, we can cross it.
Yep.
And he sat there for a second and then backed up and turned around. And we're like, oh, man. But then there was a F-250 behind him that then started to crawl into the water. And I was like, okay, this guy looks like he's just going to try it. I wonder, is he going to come all the way? And he just slowly kept coming around through. And yeah, he made it. He made it. Turns out he lives down there. He's like the only sign of life in that whole area.
Yeah, so as he's coming across, I'm like, Tom, stop that man. We need to talk to him. So he lived right there in the area. He said, I've been crossing this for 60 years.
Yep.
And he assured us that we too could cross the river. Now,
well, first he told us never to get off Tar Road in Arkansas again.
Yeah.
But
first he asked, how did we get here? We said, hey, in Minnesota, scenic byways are a very nice tarred 2-lane road with pull-offs where you can take your selfies of the pretty views. So he's like, never leave a tar road
He's like,
Arkansas.
Well, you ain't in Minnesota anymore. You're in Arkansas.
So the other part that we didn't mention up until this point is that we were pulling a car behind us. Yep. What did you buy?
It was a 2017 Honda Accord, but the front end is smacked.
In Mississippi, Tom found an insurance auction and bought a fixer-upper project.
Why not?
So we're toting that behind us. So normally going across a river. Right.
Which was also because we were pulling the car, that's the reason we didn't want to have to turn around, because we would have had to unhook everything.
So that was I think probably the biggest hesitation. So my parents had gone ahead to see if there was like another little road to see if that went anywhere while we were talking to the farmer.
That was the farmer's driveway, not another road.
Go anywhere.
Yep.
So they come back. So the farmer says, you'll for sure make it. And then we said, okay, but if we cross, how far are we from gas? And he was like, so if you get across, he's like, don't get me wrong, you're going to go up a mountain, down a mountain, and then you'll get to a tar road again. So we talked with my parents. We decided to switch the car trailer over to their truck. Yep. They rescue us on vacations all the time. They're having a blast.
We could have made it. We don't know.
We don't know. We probably could have made it. But meanwhile, my parents are having a great time with this. This is like what my childhood was like with vacations. And so, but I think we're all a little nervous at this point because we've never actually driven through a river.
No.
Before.
And we were driving, we weren't driving my truck.
Right.
We were driving our Yukon with car tires on it, essentially. Right. It doesn't have, all-terrain tires or ground clearance. It's just an SUV.
So we decided we would go first, and then my dad would follow behind with the car. And so we started across, and
turns out it was easy as ever. We just drove straight across that river.
It wasn't actually too bad.
No. The first section was fairly deep, but then once you got like halfway through the river, it shallowed up quite a bit. And we were driving on rocks. So my concern was like, we were going to get through the river, halfway into the river, and there was going to be like a drop in the river.
Right.
Or like mud, and then we were going to be stuck in a river.
Yep. Do you want to cheer real quick?
Oh my God, we just drove across the freaking river. All right, I'm going to pull up here, park, and we're going to go watch your dad come across.
So we made it across, and then sure enough, my dad and mom and a couple of kids with them made it across too, and it was the
crazy. Highlight of our trip.
It was the highlight. So once we actually got through and back to we went up a mountain, then got to the coolest views we had probably seen all day.
So up a mountain, meaning like we spun all 4 of our tires climbing this thing.
On the dirt road.
On the dirt road.
Yeah. It was cool.
Well, we weren't racing up it. It just was that steep.
But yeah, super cool views. And then we came back down and after, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles, we did find a tar road and went another 11 miles to get gas. But yeah, when we got through, then we're on the other side. Yeah,
we all felt like $1 million.
It was the highlight.
It was like a whole new life.
Yep. And what did Tom say in our last video? You wanted some adventure.
Oh, I wanted adventure for sure. Yep.
So we found some adventure, and so it was good. I think it was nice having my parents with, because I think you never want to make those decisions like all on your own. Like,
no, and like your dad is like you in the fact where he is like steady Eddie, voice of reason. Like if he's freaking out, he's not gonna let on. He is cold as ice. He ain't gonna let on a bit about it, which calms people like me and your mom down.
Yeah. So he was cool and composed the whole time. So yeah, it was fun. I think we all were just like, all right, it was good to get a little adventure out of our system. So that was fun. And friends in Arkansas, wow. The Ozarks are
beautiful. So
cool. I don't know why we haven't spent more time there before. So we're excited to get to go back and spend more time there too. So we really enjoyed Arkansas. And then after that, we made our way back home to cold Minnesota. And so it was really nice. It's always good to get away and see see areas we hadn't seen before. So that was nice too.
Yep.
So.
And since we've been home, we have gotten 6 inches of snow. It also melted. Now it's cold and windy again.
Yeah.
It's lovely here. You should come join.
So Tom's actually working on the shop today, so hoping to keep getting that pulled together. And
I am only working on it right now because garage doors are going in tomorrow that we ordered 4 months ago.
Yeah. So big day.
Big day.
So. Yeah, but we'd love to know what you're up to this weekend. It was fun on our last video, too, reading about all your travel destination suggestions. So that was kind of fun to see as well. And thanks for coming along with our adventure. We love you. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.